Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be ranking Wave 2 of the MK8D Deluxe BCP British Coast Pass. Nice. We already have ranked Wave 1. You should probably check out that video. But we posted that in August. So we're really due for another wave ranking, so here we go. Now before we jump into it, wahoo, wahee, let's go, wah! We have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. This is my opinion. If your lists are completely different, that is okay. No criticism, no hate to anyone's opinions. So, without further ado, and no more yabber babbers. Actually, I'm probably going to be yabber babbering a lot in this video. I don't know. Let's just find out. Let's jump into it. Let's go! Mario Circuit 3 is a really generic track. It contains no challenge, well, one little mini challenge I'll just touch on in a few seconds now. Not much obstacles, and yet I still find it okay. I don't think it's amazing, but it's also not that bad. It's really just a few turns and a shortcut. Speaking of turns, there's a really tight turn, and if you miss it, then you go flying off-road into loads of pipes. It's just very annoying, or it's probably just a skill issue for me. I know it came from the first Mario Kart game, so I will cut it some slack. But, there's way better ones on this list. Sky Ice Sundae takes place in an ice cream paradise in the sky. It sounds pleasant, but, it is, but it isn't. I know that the scenery is beautiful, but the gameplay is not. The anti-gravity makes the track clunky, and just overall, really bad. The reason why I put this track higher than Mario Circuit 3 though, is that the layout and the overall theme is absolutely perfect. If they fixed the anti-gravity, it would have been really good, but it's very clunky and the physics kind of just don't want me to make me play it. Even though whenever I play it, I do still have a blast. Could be better. It is still pretty decent though. Also, I love ice cream. This city track is very different, very different, because it takes place at night. You drive through the buildings of the Big Apple, avoid Goombas in Central Park, and drive through an epic parking lot. It is also quite fun trying to aim for the truck while flying. Yes, you fly in this track. There's also a pothole that shoots water, which also helps with that too. It is kind of basic. You drive through roads and stuff. There is also taxis and cars to kind of drive through and all. That's basically it. But it's music, though. It's just simply amazing. Fun fact, this was the first city track to be announced for Mario Kart Tour. That is a fun fact, but still to place at number 6. I know, controversial. I love this track, don't get me wrong. But I feel like parts of it are quite empty. The classic fan favourite starts with a cannon, which is very cool. My script is very wonky today. There are a lot of just regular turns and occasional pinballs. Then you go into the actual machine where you get bounced around and knocked over by big balls. Don't take that out of context. Or electrocuted by the things where the flap things, where you shoot the pinballs. I don't know what they're called. Then a few more turns here and there, and then you're done. And then it repeats 2 more times. This is the only track in the game that shares a song with another track, being, I think, Wario Stadium. But it's not that sad as it slaps. Ow! The song is stuck in my head when I was writing this script. But there are better tracks like... Continue with the next track. Rolling. Come on, show the next. This track is surprisingly good. It takes place in a, snowland. And also, don't get me wrong, I'd rather snowland than Waluigi Pinball. It's my opinion, okay? There's a lot of penguins too, which are very cool. Get it? Cool. Cold. Okay. The shortcuts in this track are amazing. The first one we will save for later. The second is just a normal mushroom through the opening in the colourful wall. There's also a sneaky ramp to boost you at the end. The first one is so cool. No pun intended this time. At the start of the track, there is a snowman in a wall that you can go through him by using 2 mushrooms or 1, which in a clip I used 1, but it didn't go so well, to get on the hill and through the snowman. And on the second, you go down the hill. Or like I said, just use 1 mushroom. And everything about this track is amazing. And also, I think it's very good because I love snow and penguins. Yahoo! This cheerful track is full of mushrooms to bounce on. Well, obviously, because it's called Mushroom Gorge. Or Mushroom George. George Big. Mushroom Gorge starts off with a bridge and a bouncy mushroom. Or 2. Or 3. Or 4. I have not counted how many bouncy mushrooms there are in this track. Then you have to choose where you go. On a road full of boost panels or a mushroom path. I go for the mushroom path as it is, I think, faster and more fun in my opinion. Then you go into a massive crystal cave and you guess it, guess what you do. Is it A, fly, B, end the course, or C, eat hamburgers, or is it D, you fall in the void? Well, if you guessed E, bounce on the mushrooms, then you are correct. 3 points for you. There is another split path in the mushrooms, either just bounce or fly. I obviously fly, because it's more fun in my opinion, and also fast. Then there is another turn with some Goombas. And how the crap are the Goombas not playable in this game? I want to play as Goombas even though they have no hands. That you have to avoid, and then you are done. I like how instead of doing the last few turns with the Goombas, you can, in 200cc, or maybe also in 150cc, I haven't tried it out, jump over the abyss with a mushroom or 2. I never am able to do it, but hopefully in the future I can. Overall, this track is just so brutally amazeballs. Mushroom Gorge and its music are classics. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this course. Now let's go to Sydney. Strap in, folks, because at number 2 is Sydney Sprint. And I really wrote nearly a page long of script for this track at like really late at night. So yeah, it might be a bit messy. And I'm also very tired, even though I wrote the script like a few weeks ago. So yeah, Sydney Sprint, the first sprint track in the past, and this track is phenomenal. This track brings us to the Opera House and a park, like a theme park, that's looking over the ocean. A Yoshi themed ride at the theme park, and a train station, I think. I love the colours of this track, the music, the vibe. I just love this track. I love Sydney as well. Like, Australia is so good. Like, don't get me wrong, Bluey is a kids show from Australia, but I watch it all the time. It's so good. Even though I'm technically still a kid. And like the saying, love at first sight, well, that's what I felt when I saw this track and played this track. Yeah, so basically I'm in love with Sydney Sprint. I know. I loved Australia, but this makes me love it even more. I just love this track so much. Oh my god, I love this track so much. It is so good. Alright, let's go on to number 1. Drum roll, please. Number 1 is Calamari Desert, obviously. A few seconds ago, I was talking about Sydney Sprint and how good it is. Now, take those compliments and times them by how many legs you have on your fingers. And trust me, look close and you will find a lot. And you might want to check your toes too, because there's a lot of legs on your toes. Trust me, I learned the hard way. I'm going to be saying a lot about Calamari Desert, so strap in, folks. And first off, I want to say this track is awesome and got a massive globe from its original on the N64. The first 2 laps are cool, but at the end of the second lap, there's a ramp that goes on to the train tracks. The train tracks. You get a slap on the face. You go on the train tracks. You drive on them. And the train is on the train tracks. So you basically are trying to avoid a massive train running you over. And you're also on the train tracks. But then you go into the 3rd lap and you're in a cool tunnel. And yeah, I love this feature so much. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but this used to be an Easter egg in the N64 version, where if you wanted to, you can go on the track with the train, on the train tracks. I know that this is kind of like the city tracks changing with each lap, but it was more surprising. This track also keeps the original song, which is a banger, by the way. I love this track so much. Like, I would kiss this track if I... Alright, so once I was getting the gameplay for this track, for Calamari Desert, I found some really weird stuff that happened. I'm just going to show you the video. It is so weird. Like, first off, you go out of the train track tunnel thingamabob, and you see the blue shell having a rave dance, jumping up and down, bobbing up and down, like the blue arrow thing getting blocked. And then next off, you see Link from The Legend of Zelda get a star and go against the train and just fly up into the sky. Like, seriously, I thought in Tosca, Tears of the Kingdom, he was meant to glide down from the islands, not glide up to the island. Seriously, Jesus Christ, this is insane. Also, it's another reason why I love this track too. And like I said before, I would kiss this track if I... Alrighty, folks, that was my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Bicycles Pass Wave 2 ranking. That was probably a bit loud. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe only if you want to. Now, I'm just going to play a random edit on screen right now because I just feel like it. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day or night. It doesn't matter, because I hope that you guys have a wonderful day or night. You guys are amazing. Thank you and goodbye.